The Pools is the latest iteration of the iconic British gambling brand, the Football Pools, which is 103 years old this year. I was brought in by our shareholders to perform a digital transformation project and to modernise the historic Football Pools brand and bring it into the digital age.
The biggest challenge for us is we have a lot of legacy systems, and we've been working with Nimble on eradicating these systems.
Technology stack and legacy tech debt was a very, very significant issue and one that we had to overcome very quickly.
We want to stay true to the values of the pools and the brand, but we want to do it in an easier, simpler way, which is where all of the technology enhancements come in.
To move into the digital age, we needed people with specific skill sets and knowledge which we didn't have internally. And I realised we had to reach out to a third party to help us in terms of recruiting short-term staff to come in and help us, and ultimately to help us shape our team and essentially re-educate the team how to work in a modern way.
So the end goal for the pools is to, like I said, simplify a lot of the legacy tech debt that we've got with the platform, and then that should unshackle the company and allow us to grow, which is really what we're trying to do.
The way I'd describe the project with Nimble is, in the truest sense, a complete digital transformation. It started with people and culture, and that was very much one of the objectives I discussed with Nimble and with the CTO that came on board. Nimble provided an interim CTO for us whilst we were recruiting our new CTO, and they provided a number of key specialists in areas where we didn't have those skill sets within the business. They also provided a framework for working and structure that was agreed with myself and the management team in order to modernise the way that the remaining IT team actually worked and functioned, and that's been an incredible success.
So we worked with Nimble on two key projects that were related to the growth of the company. The first was we have a legacy application which manages all of our subscriptions, which is based on-premise here. We wanted to do a cloud migration to move that project into Azure. The second part was, in order to go live on the new platform, we needed a mechanism to allow us to sell the pools games. That was the memberships microsite, and Nimble were wholly responsible for the delivery of that microsite.
A lot of the work is obviously below the surface and is not seen, and it's just very important work that means that everything works as it should and is robust and stable. However, there's also elements that have touched customers, such as the microsite that Nimble delivered, which is now the homepage of the pools.com website. We've had a lot of feedback both from the industry and from customers that was very positive about that. And essentially people have been delighted by the fact that for the first time you can digitally play the pools, which historically was a paper and pen was the only way you could play.
There would be no roadmap if we hadn't have completed this project first. So again, it was absolutely key to the growth of the company.
I found the whole experience working with Nimble very fulfilling. I've made good friends that will remain friends for a long time. It's been efficient, effective and professional all the way along. There was no hidden surprises, there was no shortfalls in terms of what was agreed and what was delivered. So overall, very happy.
So working with Nimble's been great. I've spent a lot of time working with the CTO at Nimble and also the team leads that we had here at the pools from Nimble as well. And as I said before, it's not just on the projects they're involved in, it was any technology challenges that we had across all of the different projects we had. They were great to work with, and they offered really in-depth expertise whenever we needed it.
One of the pleasant surprises working with Nimble was how fully they integrated into the team. When you hire a third party, obviously it's with the full awareness that it is a third party working for a different company, but the men and women that joined us really did fully integrate into the company. They went above and beyond the specific tasks and objectives that they were working on. They often pitched in and helped on other areas and challenges and tasks that were happening across the business without being asked.
So the future looks positive. We've got a very long and complex roadmap to deliver beyond the two projects that Nimble helped us with, but That was the catalyst for all of this work, and now it's a case of just carrying on delivering this roadmap, and that should allow the company to grow with new products, new features, and better experiences for our customers.
We've laid the foundations for growth and success. We've still got a lot of work to do, but ultimately we've now got a platform that's modern, stable, scalable, which allows us to fulfill our ambitions and hopefully achieve our objectives.